Greetings. Hello, CW, Maria, and CJ et al., and others who are joining. Thank you for being here. Today is Wednesday, June 12th, 2023, and we continue and we finish up with the poetry of St. John of the Cross, Dark Night of the Soul, with this book. And I wanted to thank Sister Jeannie for providing that book to me, and so that we can study it and get maybe a drop or two of the fire hose worth of just deep information on the mystical life and that goal of the transforming union, so that we can recognize it a little bit as we pursue it. All right, let's get started with morning prayers. In nomine Dei, matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Trinitarian Theophany, and in Catholic contemplation humbly adore and venerate the Trinitarian Theophany. Most holy and venerable Trinitarian Theophany, one divine family, I believe that thou art here present. I venerate thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O Trinitarian Theophany, relying on thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain the pardon of my sins, the help of thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deam Matronam Nostrae. O Trinitarian Theophany, I love thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of thee, and I forgive all who have injured me, and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Trinitarian Theophany for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven. O Trinitarian Theophany, I most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in thy service. I consecrate to thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Trinitarian Theophany the graces which are necessary to us. O Trinitarian Theophany, thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny me not thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send me. O Deum Matronam Nostrae, I place myself under thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because I have offended thee, O most holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, who are all good and deserving of all my love, I firmly resolve with the help of thy grace to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. wherein is brought to a close the exposition of the second song, My House Being Now at Rest. The which is as much as to say that as the higher portion of my soul, as well as the inferior, is now at rest as regards its appetites and passions, I stole forth to the divine union of love of the Trinitarian Theophany. For as much as by means of this troublous conflict of the obscure night, as has been said, the soul is combated and purged in two ways, to wit, in respect of the sensitive part and the soulful with their senses, faculties, and passions in two ways. Likewise, in respect of these two parts, sensitive and soulful, doth the soul come at last to achieve peace and rest. And it is for this reason, as hath also been said, that she twice repeats this line in this song, and the last by reason of these two portions of the soul, the soulful and the sensitive, the which, if they are enabled to set forth on their journey to the divine union of love, must be first reformed, set in order and silenced as to the sensitive and soulful, like as in the state of innocence wherein the first man first dwelt, notwithstanding that it is not entirely delivered from the temptations of the interior part. And thus this line, which in the first song was taken to mean the repose of the inferior and sensitive part, is in this second part to be more particularly understood of the upper and soulful, wherefore she has repeated it twice. The soul comes to achieve this rest and quiet of her soulful house, habitually and perfectly, so far as this condition of our life admits of, by means of these acts, which are substantial, as it were, of the divine union we have just spoken of, which in concealment and hidden from the perturbations of the devil, and from her own senses and emotions, she hath received from the divine family, wherein the soul has never ceased to purify, silence, and strengthen herself, and make herself firm and stable, so as to be able judiciously to receive the said union, which is the divine espousals between the soul and Deum Jesum Christum. Whereupon, as soon as these two houses of the soul are both completely hushed and fortified together with all their servitors of faculties and appetites, put to sleep and in repose in respect of all things above and below, this divine wisdom is immediately united with the soul in a new knot of possession of love, and that which is said thereof is fulfilled, cum enim quietum silentium contineret omnia et nox in sua curso medium iter haberat, omnipotens sermo tuus de caelo a regalibus sedibus prosilivit. The bride sets forth, saying that after she escaped from those who stripped her of her cloak by night and sorely wounded her, she found the Trinitarian Theophany, whom her soul desired. It is impossible to arrive at this union without great purity, and this purity is not achieved without being stripped of all created things and a lively mortification, the which is signified by the stripping off of the mantle from the spouse and wounding her by night, when she was seeking and hunting for her spouse. For she could not clothe herself with the new bridal robe she desired until she had cast off the old. Wherefore, he who shall refuse to set forth on this night, now described, to seek for his beloved, and be stripped of his will and mortified, but who seeks the Trinitarian Theophany in his bed and at his ease shall find the Trinitarian Theophany not. Like as this soul says of herself that she found the Trinitarian Theophany when she stole forth in darkness and sick with passionate longing in her journey towards the Trinitarian Theophany, inasmuch as she travels unimpeded by any obstacle of form and figure and human knowledge, which are the usual barriers between her and her lasting union with the Trinitarian Theophany. The third is that although she walks unstayed by any special interior mental light or exterior guide to sustain and encourage her on this lofty road, since the darkness of this night deprives her of all such aid, still her love and faith, which ever like a beacon lights her way, and constantly importune her heart with thought of her beloved, urge and guide her forward, and make her fleet swiftly towards her Trinitarian Theophany on this lovely, solitary road, although she knows not how nor in what way. The end. So that's our goal. That gives us a little insight into the process. If you dare to choose that way, it is a dark and lonely way in a earthly sense, in a worldly sense. But as that union with the Trinitarian Theophany at the end is the utmost of worthiness, we attempt. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud. Oremus. O Trinitarian Theophany, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one Trinitarian Theophany, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum hanc immaculatum hostiam, quam ego indignus famulos tuus offeriti Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligentiis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiat ad salutem. Deum qui humanae substantiae dignitatum mirabilite condudisti et mirabilius reformasti da nobis, perugius aquae. Aquae et vinivit mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortes qui militatis nostrae, fieri dignatis est pateceps Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuam deprecantis clementiam, utigus veto divinae majestatis tuae pro nostra et totius mundi salute cum adore suavitatis ascendat. in spiritu humilitatis, et in animo contrito suscipiam orate Deum Iesum Christum, et sec fiat sacrificium nostrum in consuetuto hodie, uplatciat, tibi Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctifici deblata prosequendo, et accapere hoc sacrificium tuo sanctum nomini praeparatum. Suscipe, Sancta Trinitas, hanc oblationem quam tibi afferimus, a memoriam passiones, resurrectiones et ascensiones Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostrae, et a Papa Peter Sanctorum, et istorum et omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem ad salutem, et idi pro nobis intercedere, dignentur in caelis, quorum memoriam agimus interis, per illum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum aquestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis ad laudem et gloriam nomini sui ad utilitatem, quoque nostram totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque pote, sursum corda, habemus ad Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitur clementissime, Mater Pater, Deum Matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrae, supplices, rogamus ac petimus, uti accepta habeas, hic sanctam, et sanctificas, hic sanctam sacrificium irribata. In primis, quae tibi afferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodidi adonare, et regere, digneris toto obiterarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famulorum coituorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We pray for Katie and Gage, Neil and Earl Lively, Mindy, Clarette, Mark Jr., Maria Josephina Mose, Henry, Barbara and Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Ambo Tink, the Cantu and Duarte families, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, John Cahill, Maria and the Linewember family, the Dasco, Nye, Tafour, Began and Wolf families, and Alex Tafour. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sedevacantis Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse, or any kind of human trafficking anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, medium of exchange with no usury, and we pray for courageous Catholic men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society. We thank you for evidence of that now. We ask that all quote-unquote gay marriage be banned, that all pornography and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately, and there be a reversal of the feminist ideology and a return to Trinitarian or matronly femininity. We ask that all come to understand that raising traditional Catholic families is a very high ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society. We ask Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum with this rosary to destroy the satanic document of Vatican law that is the Jewish Talmud. We ask you to destroy Rome and the Vatican and recognize the authority, and that we all recognize the authority of the Catholic Church in Fatima or in Portugal as asked of by Deum Matronam Nostrae, you. We also ask you to release the souls controlled by the demons Lilith and Asmodeus, and transfer any souls from under the dominion of any Jew or Freemason, to us. And we also ask you to block the passage of any so-called pandemic treaty by the WHO or any governmental institution, which is usually based on lies and aimed at removing the divine family's children's freedom to move and travel and to worship. All these things we ask in accordance with the Trinitarian Theophany's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantiam quorum tibi fides, cognita est nota devotio, pro quibus tibi offerimus, vel qui tibi offront hoc sacrificium laudis, pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum, pro spe salutis et incolamitatis suae, tibique redunt vota sua aeterno Deum vivo et vero, communicantes et memoriam venerantes in primis gloriosae semper Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium tuorum papae Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum, quorum meritis praecibusque concedas, ut in omnibus protectiones tuae muniamur auxilio per innum Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblationem te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibum, consecratem acceptabilemque facere dignitis ut nobis corpum, et sanguim fiat didictissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pater etor, accepit panem in sancta sac venerabilis manus suas, et elevatis oculis, in caelum, a te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum, omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravi, fregit didique lunis sui dicens, accipite et mandocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremonia est, accipiens et hunc praecarum, calicem in sancta sac venerabilis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit, didique lunis sui dicens, accipite et vivite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum, aequates cum praeficeritis in memoram facietis. Unde et memores Deum nos servitui, sede plebs tua sancta justem Christum filium tuum, Deum nostrae, tam beatae passiones, nec non et ab in fedis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosae ascensionis offerimus praeclare majestate tuae Dei tuis donis actatis, supra quae propitio ac sereno utur respicere digneris. Supplices te rogamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iui hac per fede per manus tuum ut quod, ex hoc altaris participatione sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinum sumsenimus, omni sanctificatione, caelestia et gratia Dei per amor per innum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Sharon Doretta, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibum in Christum quis scentibum locum refugere lucis et pacis, ut indulgeas deprecamur per innum Christum Deum nostrum, per quem hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est ibi Deum Matrum omnipotente in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Dea matronam nostrae, matram, Deum Iesum Christum misericordia nobis, peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos, quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis, praeteritis, praesentibus et futuris, et intercedente, beata et gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis da propitius pacem in diebus nostris, ut opie misericordiae tuae aduiti et peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per innum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apud te, haec cum extio, et consecratio copris et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum fiat accipientibus nobis in et salutam aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apud te, Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, quo prande Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuum unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum, corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis, et fac me tui semper in harare mandatis, et ate numquam separare permittas, qui cum eodem Dea matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio, copris tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indignus sumere praesimo non mihi proveniat in judicium et condemnationem, sed pro tua pietate prosit mihi ad tutum metis copris, et ad me delam percipiendam, qui vivis et regnas cum Dea matronam nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. In panem calestem accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrae non sum dignus, ut intercedete meis in tanto de verbo et senabatur anima mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meis in tanto de verbo et senabatur anima mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sum dignus, ut intercedete meis in tanto de verbo et senabatur anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retribuam Deum Iesum Christum pro omnibus quae retribuit mihi, calicem salutaris accipiem in nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo, laudans invocabo Deum matronam nostrae, et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corore subsimus Deum Iesum Christum pienamente capiamus et immunum tempori fiat nobis remedium sempiternum. In corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum quod sumpsit sanguis quam patravi hera visceribus meis apresta, ut in me non remaniat scelerum maculaquem pura et sancta reficerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote. Oremus. May the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids. We beseech thee, O Trinitarian Theophany, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one divine family, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, et quoque apote, ite mis est. Deum gratia. Placia tibi sancta Trinitum obsequium servitutis meae, et praesta ut sacrificium quod oculis tuae majestatis igninus autoritibus sit acceptabilem hiquet omnibus, pro quibus irut optulis et miserante propitiabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. O Trinitarian Theophany, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum present here, in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which he himself is offended, and through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart, and the immaculate heart of Deum Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Deum Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. So for those of you who attend here, and thank you any new subscribers who have checked in, please go to ourladyisgod.com website and study. And if you need to contact me, my email address is over there on the Mass page and on the left side. But those who attend here regularly, consider yourselves just really unique and faithful and leaders and sanctified. So with that, continue on, and we'll see what happens. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, same time. Please go and sanctify all those who you meet. Have a great day.